Literally, if you haven't figured out yet for these wing nut things for the shutters, to pick up one of these wing nut drivers or whatever it'd be called, this wing nut driver thing, lifesaver. Alright, so it's that time of year, the great hurricane season in Florida. And I guess Hurricane Dorian's coming in hot. Not too sure. It's kind of weird. What is it? It's 11 o'clock and I was just looking a little bit at the 11 p.m. forecast. Today's Friday. And I think it's, I don't know, it's changing update by update. Well, it's supposed to be Saturday, Sunday night kind of, or Saturday night, Sunday morning kind of thing. And now it's moving towards kind of Sunday, Monday, and then I think maybe even now it might even be Monday, Tuesday, because the storm keeps slowing down. And in typical fashion, the hurricane's not going where everyone says it's going, which usually happens. But the thing that kind of like worried me was a lot of the forecasts, even days out, didn't really change much that it was coming to Florida. And I think I took a screenshot. I think the one forecast I saw earlier today had the direct eye was coming straight over Jupiter, which JupiterSailfish, I live in Jupiter, Florida, and that would be right here. But I think now a lot of the forecasts are starting to line up together that it's kind of gonna like skirt the coast a little bit, which I mean, I'm like 5 miles from the ocean still, so it's not like quite out of it yet. What I'm seeing now, some of the things that I'm seeing that it's not going to make landfall, at least in Florida. I mean, I think it might come super close from some of the things I've been seeing now. I know things can change. It changes update by update kind of thing, but it might come really close to like Port Canaveral, that kind of area. But then I think this might just like kind of skirt the coast. Captain, you really have to walk around right now when I'm trying to record. Might skirt the coast in Florida and just hit all of us and go up to Georgia kind of thing, and then the Carolinas. I think everyone's gonna get it. Yeah, definitely keep an eye on it. And if you haven't done any kind of like preparation or anything, probably should do, I would recommend just doing the hard stuff. Windows that are a pain to shutter up or heavy thing, not really heavy things, but stuff that's difficult to move, probably should move it and then kind of relax a little bit. I know a lot of people don't say to relax. Yeah, just keep an eye on the storm, get the stuff that's super pain to do out of the way, and then you can leave a lot of the easy stuff to do to get ready and everything. Not like gas. If you don't have gas, I think I've been seeing people that have been going from like Stewart all the way to like Palm Beach, and that's like what, like 40 miles, like 30-40 miles I think. And there's like just a couple of gas stations with gas. So if you don't have gas by now, probably out of luck. Luckily we filled up both of our cars, so we have fuel. I don't think we've ever needed to use it, even like a week before the storm Even a week before the storm hits, you're kind of doing day-to-day stuff and you need gas and can't get gas, even in like an emergency situation. So if it was an emergency situation, you're probably not going to be able to drive out anywhere. But yeah, I'm just expecting some winds. Even if it does hug the coast, I think it could probably get, I think Hurricane Michael was the one that was supposed to like kind of like the East Coast by us here, and then it kind of just went up in between. I think the Bahamas, no matter what, is going to get hit, which is super unfortunate for them. I think it just missed Puerto Rico. Hopefully everyone down there is doing well, because I think, is it Hurricane Maria? Or was it Irma? I don't know, they all get blended together for me, storms, but I know they're still recovering, I'm sure, from the previous years of storms. So hopefully everything's all right there, and all the other islands that are out there. Yeah, I think it's supposed to definitely hit the Bahamas, no matter what, all the different islands there. Hopefully everyone there is prepared, which I'm sure they usually are, because just like Florida, we're used to it. But yeah, I'm just expecting some winds. Maybe we get like 100-mile-an-hour wind or whatever, which we've had before, you know. I'm definitely going to be, I just got to keep an eye on a little bit more. I'm definitely going to have to probably remove some of the screens in our like screen enclosure thing. because that has a definite possibility of coming down. And also I definitely put up the shutters on the one side of our house, all those, because our neighbors just had a ton of house. It's been like the past like 8 months our neighbors have been doing housework, and I know they replaced like a bunch of their roof tiles and everything. Their construction work is about to get tested pretty well, like a couple weeks after they're just finishing it. So I mean, I don't know, if just in case if their tiles or whatever stuff, they've got it cleaned up pretty well, but just in case if any of that blows around, because that doesn't take much wind to blow stuff around like that. But yeah, you just gotta expect stuff that's light, like light things outside, that's gonna get moved by the wind. So even if it's like a category 1 kind of thing, because like I've always said, if it's a category 3, or if it's like a 1 or 2 or tropical storm where you don't have to do all that much, but like 3, 4, and 5, absolutely, like that's like life or death pretty much. 4, you gotta pay attention to where it's going. That's still up there. You definitely have to prepare, like everything outside you have to move, board up your house. And absolutely 100%, if you're in an area that floods, do not be there. Like, doesn't matter the wind. Well, I mean, the wind adds to the flooding, but if your area floods at all, the rain, the storm surge from it, get out of it, because that's literally probably more dangerous. The water is more dangerous than the wind. Because just about nowadays, every house, if not most of the houses in Florida, are made to withstand like hurricane winds and everything. So that shouldn't be a major issue. I know there's some older houses that probably, which is unfortunate, but the water, you can't stop water. No matter, like, water is not really a single thing you can do about it. You can't stop it. The water's gonna come in wherever it can. And that's what you have to mainly worry about, is the water. Like I think I saw something, they were talking about 10 to like, kind of crazy range, 10 to like 50 inches of rain from this. So that's pretty bad. And then another thing that's happening, I don't know if it's the full moon happening right now, or it's just kind of like a summertime. I think I've heard it called king tide. I actually have to look up what that is. I've always heard it, not entirely sure what it means, but I know it means the water levels are higher than they usually were. I think I saw my neighbor showed their dock was already underwater, and the hurricane's not even anywhere near here, and it has nothing to do with that. It's just the water levels of the ocean and the tides are higher than normal. So I gotta watch that, because with the tides being way above normal already, on top of the hurricane pressure and the storm surge, I don't think we have to really too much about storm surge here where I am, because I mean, I'm on a canal on the water, but we're kind of like, storm surge has to do a lot like with the wind pushing the water kind of thing, and like I guess kind of like the suction of like the eye of the storm kind of thing. But kind of where I am, don't have to worry too much about that, though we do get a little bit rise in water. So that on top of the already high tides could be a bad combination for some of the lower lying areas. So absolutely 100%, if you're in an area that floods very easily from like rainstorms or anything like that, definitely worry about that, because that's like the main thing. Because the wind's bad, of course, but a lot of the places are meant to take the wind, not the water. Nothing you can do about the water. That's gonna do what it wants to do. But yeah, so right now, house is mostly done. There's a few things heavier things that we'd have to move from outside that we're kind of waiting to see. We're gonna be getting any stronger winds or anything like that. Waiting on that, but everything else, it's just sit here and wait. Probably going to lose power, because it's really dumb. They keep making a big deal about all the underground power lines we have here, but we've been losing power the past couple storms, like this thunderstorms and stuff that's been happening lately. So assuming the power is going to go out, but hopefully from, I guess it's been like 2 years now since the last hurricane, that some of the power lines were fixed then, and that they're strong enough to hold up now, or at least it'll be easier to fix for them if it goes out. I think the last storm we had like 3 days without power, which isn't really that bad. But I don't know, it was originally I had a kind of weird vibe about this storm. I don't know what it was, but for our area, Hurricane Francis and Jean, I think that was like 2004 or 5. And those were pretty bad storms for here. And I think we didn't have power, because I think they came like right after each other. So there's like weeks in between. I'm pretty sure like we just had like 3 to 4 weeks without power through like both those storms. And wasn't the worst thing ever, because that was literally the only thing that happened. Oh, and we lost our like whole patio enclosure thing, but no like real damage like for us, like my family and stuff like that. You know, like a lot of my friends and stuff. So yeah, keep an eye on the storm. get stuff ready so that you're not doing everything last minute. That's literally like the biggest thing I would say is, you know, like everyone like loves to panic and everything, and yes, you should 100% be aware that there's a storm on the way, and just get things ready so you're not doing it at the last minute, you know. So yeah, as a Florida person, Florida man, yeah, just get some things ready so you're not doing everything last minute, because that really sucks, trust me. Yeah, stay safe. Yeah, here from Jupiter, Florida, and all other Florida people around, you know, hope you're all doing well. Even other, I think, should be other people from other countries, I think, are subscribed to the channel and stuff, because I think I've seen some people say that they're from like Puerto Rico and all the other islands and stuff around this part of the world, you know, everyone. Hopefully you're all safe, and if you've already been through the storm, hopefully everything's all right for you. If you haven't gone through the storm yet, hopefully everything is all right for you too. And, you know, just get ready, just get some things ready so that you're not doing everything last minute, because that's when it becomes a problem.